Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So thanks for coming to watch. If you are new here, you're very welcome. And my name is Sharon and my channel is Living on a Part-Time Income. So I document things about what I get up to when I'm not working, days out, what I spend on groceries and food, my personal expenses. So if this is something that you feel you might be interested in watching, then please, I would love it if you would watch, and would love it if you even subscribe to my channel. If you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. And today's video, I'm going to be featuring my Lidl shop that I did at the beginning of the week. And I'm also featuring a cook with me. So I haven't done cook with me's that much, and then I've done one today, and then I did one on my previous vlog. So it's nice just to mix things up a little bit. And then I'm also going to chat about my month-end update on my spending diary. And I'll be doing that after the two videos. So without further ado, I'm going to show you now what I got at Lidl's. It was a fairly big shop actually, because where I'd been away on holiday, I made sure that the fridge was pretty much emptied. So again, it was just topping everything up, and yeah, I'm happy with what I've got in the fridge. So yeah, I'll see you in a little while. Hi guys, so it's Monday. It's my first shop of the week, and it's a biggish one. Yeah, I haven't done a big shop for absolutely ages, and the fridge was quite bare because I was away on holiday. So some of the things I'm topping up for the fridge, and some of the things are just general household bits as well. But without further ado, I'm going to run through what I have bought. So first thing on the list is the mini mix ice cream. So I actually got 20% off. It says the price is £3.09 and I got 64p discount. So what's that, £3.45? Sorry, £2.45. And there's actually 12 in a pack. And as you can see, you've got milk chocolate, almond, white chocolate and dark chocolate. I thought for 12 for £2.45, that's a pretty good bargain, isn't it? It's roughly about 20p each, I think, roughly. Yeah. And then the next on the list, I got this. So it's Lidl's take on Vimto, and my friend bought this as squash when we were away, and we drank it with cold water from the fridge, and it was just really nice and refreshing. So I thought I'd give it a go, and that was £1.09. Then I also bought some fresh orange juice, smooth, and that was £2.75. Then next on the list, which is new for me, and I was inspired by Sharon at Living on a Low Income, because she made couscous in one of her previous vlogs. So I thought, right, I need to give this a go. So I've bought a big box of couscous, and this was £1.49. And I've bought some other ingredients that I'm going to have with the couscous, and I'll share that with you as I go down the list. Then next on the list is some Greek yogurt. I haven't tried this flavour. It's coconut and vanilla. They didn't have the strawberry, which I had wanted, so I thought, let me give this one a go. So as you can see, it's 0% added sugar, fat-free, and 4 pots were 95p. Then next on the list, I was completely out of cheese. So £2.99 for that pack there. And then I also bought 14 slices of breaded ham. And I thought this was a pretty good price at £1.29. Then I bought a jacket potato because I'm sure I'm going to have a jacket potato one day this week. And that loose was 46p. And then I bought for the cupboard a can of the whole cherry tomatoes. I really do love this in either curries or pastas. And I actually had it on toast when I was on holiday, and it was really nice as well. That was 75p. Then next on the list is, you can't see it properly because the ice creams are in the way, but the antibacterial multi-surface cleanser. That was 85p. And then we have some coffee. So this is a nice big jar. And that jar was £2.49. Then next on the list is a can of baked beans for the cupboard, which was 41p. And then I also bought a 4-pack of the Maggi curry noodles in case I want some with a boiled egg for my lunch this week. That's £1.39. Then the soap, where's the soap hiding? Yeah, I get the kids one as well as the normal one because of the smell. And this is bubblegum flavour. Yeah, really like that one. And that was 99p. Then next on the list for the freezer, some skin on fries. I'm completely out. Really love these, highly recommend them as frozen chips. They were £1.89. And then I got some pears, and 4 conference pears were £1.95. Then I bought a pack of 3 peppers because I'm going to use this in the couscous, and 3 peppers were £1.39 and an individual one was 65p. So I've kind of got 1 free. And then next on the list is some tissues. I'm completely out, and these were £1. Then next on the list, I got 2 of these because I didn't have a big one. I got Radox, and these were 89p each. Then the other thing that I bought, an orange sticker, was the pork belly slices, and these were £1.99. So I'm going to have half of these tonight, and I'm going to try and make some couscous, and I will most probably freeze the other 3. But yeah, I thought that was quite a good bargain now. And then next on the list is my black grapes. Unfortunately, they didn't have the sable ones that I really like, so I got the black seedless ones, and these were £1.79. And then I got some tender stem broccoli, that was £1.49. Then I got some courgettes to go with the red peppers for the couscous, and these were £1.02. And then next on the list was some cooked beetroot. Had this on holiday and really enjoyed it, so I'm going to try and get this every week because it's just so tasty. And that was 75p, and you get 4 in there. And then next on the list, a couple of little sweet treats. White chocolate and milk chocolate bars, which are 55p each. Then I got a 6-pack of cheese and onion crisps, which was 89p. Then I thought I would give the dried tortellini, spinach and ricotta pasta a go. I normally get the fresh one from Marks and Spencer's, but I thought let me try this one and see how I go with this one. And that was 99p. Then the next thing that I bought was the flushable toilet tissues, and these were 47p. Then I bought some vegetable stock to go with the couscous later, and that was 69p. And then I needed some food freezer bags. Where are they? Ah, here they are. And these were £1.29. Then I bought some foil, which was £1.09. And then I bought some crunchy salad. That'll be handy for in the week with the beetroot. And that was 79p. And then last on the list, which I was really pleased to see in Lidl's actually, I'm pretty much sure it is new because I've not seen it in there before. But I normally get this Tiger Bloomer in Aldi's. So I was really happy to see that it's in Lidl's. It saves me a trip. And that was £1.09. So altogether, my shop came to £43.80. So technically, I am over on a week's budget because I normally budget £30 a week. But I'm quite under on the month. I will share my month's spend on groceries later on in the vlog, as I can't think what the total is, but I think I'm well within budget all the same. So yeah, £43.80. Very happy with all these items here that I got. The only thing I couldn't get was bin bags, so I will need to get some of those at some point. But yeah, happy with this shop and looking forward to giving the couscous a try with courgettes and red peppers and red onion. I will go back onto Sharon's video and have a look, and I'm sure she'll give me a couple of tips when I speak to her as well. And I think I'll have some of that with pork belly slices for my tea this evening. So you might see a cook with me on the couscous. We'll see how it goes. But I hope you've enjoyed this little shop. Hope it's inspired you maybe to get a couple of different items that you wouldn't normally get. And see you again. Hi guys, so I decided to bite the bullet and go to Aldi just to do a quick top-up shop. As you can see, less than 5 items, and I definitely needed the bin bags, and I was pleased to get 40 for £1.25. I didn't really want to spend about £3 and get about 10 bin bags. And then I did have a chat with Sharon at Living on a Low Income, and she very kindly did a step-by-step guide of how she cooks her couscous. She cooked hers with lemon and courgettes and feta. And I thought, well, maybe I should get some lemons as well in case I do want to add lemon to mine. So we'll see whether I use it or not. But the lemons were 79p for a pack of 4. And then the lemon disinfectant caught my eye. It's always just handy to keep that to hand. And that was 75p. And I can't get over that you can get fresh pineapples for less than £1. I think it's such a good price. This one was 98p in Aldi. So yeah, just a quick shop there. That total came to £3.77. And I'll see you soon. So I hope you enjoyed that shop with me. And hopefully there might have been some items there that you were tempted to try. As you could see, I did buy the couscous, and I was very happy with the pork belly slices that I got on the orange sticker. And I'm going to take you now on a cook with me. And it's my first time of actually cooking couscous. Very much inspired by Sharon at Living on a Low Income. So thank you to her. And yeah, without further ado, let's do a cook with me with couscous. See you in a mo. Hi guys, so we're back with a cook with me. I have decided that I'm going to make some couscous, and I was inspired by my lovely friend Sharon at Living on a Low Income. She cooked couscous with courgettes, lemon and feta. She's given me a step-by-step guide of how to cook the couscous, and I must admit I much prefer her method over the method on the packet, because the packet is very generic by saying just put some couscous in a pan with hot boiling water, not giving any measurements. So I was very happy that she gave me the step-by-step guide, and yeah, so I've decided to use her method. So basically I'm having it with the pork belly slices that I bought at Lidl, which were on an orange sticker, and they come with this honey and chili sauce. So I'm just waiting for the oven to heat up. So I'm having 3 tonight, and I'm putting 3 in the freezer. They were $1.99. I thought that was a pretty good deal. And I decided with my couscous that I'm going to have some chopped red pepper, chopped red onion, and some courgette, and I'm going to cook it in the olive oil with some garlic seasoning, and then I've got a vegetable stock ready to use for when I prepare the couscous. So I will be back. I'm going to put the pork belly slices in the oven now, and the next stage you'll see is me prepping the veg ready to go to be fried. So I'll see you in a mo. So the couscous I've just opened, that was a bit of a faff. There was so much glue, and yeah, I did make a bit of a meal of opening that box, but yeah, it's done now. Really, I should put that in a container. I'll have to try and find one, I think. So basically, I've got a kilo of couscous, and it was $1.49, I think. And I worked out that 10 grams of couscous is a tablespoon. So Sharon suggested that depending on whether I want to do a portion for 1 or a portion for 2, a portion for 1 is 50 grams of couscous, and a portion for 2 is 100 grams. So I thought I would prep enough for 2, because then I can have some today and maybe some tomorrow or the next day. A lot of people do eat couscous cold, don't they? So yeah, I could warm it up or I could eat it cold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 100 grams of the couscous into my Pyrex bowl, and then in the jug I'm going to put 125 millilitres of boiling water, and I'm going to put my vegetable stock in there, and then I'm going to pour that into the Pyrex bowl with the couscous, and apparently you have to let it sit for 10 minutes for all the liquid to dissolve, and then you fluff it up. But in the meantime, I will be pan frying the red onion, the courgette and the red pepper in the olive oil, and adding in some garlic granules and salt and pepper. So that is my next step, and then the last step will be prepping the couscous, and then everything will be added in together. So I'll see you soon. So I'm just about to go into the oven. The pork strips need turning over as it's halfway. So they're looking really nice. So, yep, just going to turn those over. And then I'm going to start prepping my vegetables in the pan. So I've just put the hot honey and chilli sauce over the pork belly slices. They're going back in the oven now. And the courgettes and the onions are frying off nicely. I'm going to add the red peppers, and I'm also going to prep the couscous now, and then this should all be ready within the next 10 to 12 minutes. So the pork ribs are sizzling away nicely, and I've added in the red pepper. I'm going to add the garlic granules and salt and pepper in a minute. I found a pot for the couscous, so very happy about that. And the couscous is just sitting there now, and I've added the stock and the water. So yeah, it's just a waiting game now. So I'm going to take the vegetables off the heat now. I've fluffed up the couscous, and I'm just about to get the pork strips out of the oven. So my next step will be adding the veg to the couscous. There looks quite a lot. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to add all of it to the veg mix. I'll see how I go. So I've just added the vegetables to another bowl. I've still got a little bit of couscous there. But I'm just going to gently stir this in now. I might add a little bit more olive oil, but we'll see how we go. And the pork belly strips are done. So I will see you at the dinner table, folks. So this is my first time of making couscous. I think I'll need to play about with the actual measurements, because I did heat the tablespoons and I could most probably maybe have just put 8 in that case, and maybe done a little bit more of the veg. But I'm going to give it a sprinkle of lemon. And the pork belly strips look really lovely. And I'm going to go in for a taste test with the couscous. Let's see how we go. That is really good, actually. I didn't think it was going to come out as nice as that. So a big thank you to my lovely friend Sharon for introducing me to couscous. And yeah, I'm going to get stuck into this meal, because first impressions are very good indeed. Bon appetit. So my meal was absolutely delicious. The couscous came out a lot better than what I was expecting it to. I didn't really know what to expect, to be honest, but it was very flavoursome. Cooking it in the vegetable stock and then adding in some of the garlic granules. Then the vegetables made it really tasty, and then the lemon on top with a little bit more of a drizzle of olive oil. Absolutely delicious. So I will definitely be using couscous on a fairly regular basis. And then my second meal from the batch that I made was yesterday evening, and I had dusted cod, and I made it with tender stem broccoli and some fresh beetroot. And I didn't heat up the couscous. I had it cold, and it was really delicious. Yeah, I'm a convert to couscous now. So I highly recommend, if you've not tried it, to give it a go. Obviously you can try it with any pan fried vegetables or meats or prawns, whatever takes your fancy really. But for my first time of trying it with courgettes and peppers, I really did enjoy it. So on to my spending diary now. It's just going to be a recap of what I spent during July, and we'll start at the beginning. So I bought on Vinted on the 1st of July 2 dresses, and they came to £11.23, and one I actually took on holiday. The other one I did take away, but I didn't wear, and I've since put it in the charity shop bag because just wasn't overly happy with it. You know, some things when you get on Vinted, it is going to be potluck really as to how it fits. The black and white dress that I bought with the leaf print, I was very happy with, but the green and white one, yeah, I did launder it, press it, took it away, didn't get worn, and I thought, am I really going to hang it back in the wardrobe? I'm not over keen on it. So yeah, that's made its way to the charity bag. Then I also bought in Primark that week some underwear, and I also bought a linen waistcoat for £14, which I did wear when I went to Wimbledon. And I also bought some more underwear in Marks and Spencer's. So my total spend there was around £32. And then I also got some charity shop bargains that week. On the Friday, I got my granddaughter some sandals, and then I also bought some games, and I also bought her a dress. So the total spend in the charity shop was £6. And then I also put in the charity shop bag some hotter sandals that I'd bought on Vinted 2 or 3 months ago, and they were as new, but I think I mentioned on a previous vlog, I wore them for the first time and they were a complete fail. They made my feet go inwards, wasn't very happy with them. So on Monday the 7th, I'd also bought a couple of dresses from Vinted. One was a white strapless one, which I did wear when I went out on holiday for my friend's birthday. And then I also bought the green broderie anglaise one. So total there was spent at £15.43. And then Wednesday the 9th of July was my trip to Wimbledon. Had a fantastic time there, and I paid for 2 Pims, which was £20, and then my travel was £14. And then going on further into the month, I bought on Monday the 14th of July a blouse from the charity shop, which was £3. I did take that one on holiday, but I didn't end up wearing it, but I don't want to give it away. And then I also sold on Vinted a bracelet for £12. And then on Friday the 18th, I bought from Vinted a denim waistcoat. That was £5. And then, as you know, I went on holiday. Now, I budgeted £300 spending money, and my rail travel was £37. So I did buy various things during the week, and I'm happy to report that when I came back with £50. So I was very happy with that. I haven't charted any of my holiday spending money in here because when I'm on holiday and I've budgeted for it, whatever I spend, I spend. So yeah, it was just nice to spend money how I wanted it. I did get in the charity shops there a pair of white linen trousers, and I also bought a bag which is a summer bag by Zara. That was £3. And then I just had lovely things to eat there. We celebrated for my friend's birthday. As you can see here, a really lovely dish that I had. I had seafood linguine, and then I had a chocolate fondant for afters. It was absolutely delicious. And yeah, so I was happy that I came back with some money. And then on the Sunday, I had popped into the charity shop. You can see that on my previous vlog. I bought a chambray dress, which was £3. And then I bought some books and a game for my granddaughter. So the grand total spend there was £11. Then on Monday, I took 2 bags to the charity shop and I donated at least, I'd say, 15 to 20 items. So very happy with that. And then my groceries for the month ending came to £124.88. So I was very happy with the grocery spend for the end of July. The only thing that I do need to get is toilet roll and frozen spinach, but I may well get that towards the end of the week. But yeah, very happy that I came in on budget for my groceries. So that's what I spent. And yeah, I'm happy that I came in under budget with my holiday spending. Wimbledon had been budgeted for as well. So yeah, overall pretty good month. And I'm going to wrap up my video here now. So thank you so much for watching. And if you're new to my channel, would you please consider subscribing? It would mean so much to me. And thank you as always to everyone who leaves comments. So many lovely comments that I do get. I really do appreciate it. So thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye guys.